Part 3 auctions here. I haven't posted a video for quite some time, so I figured since my last video got pretty good response and a pretty good following, that I'd post another video about coin collecting. Has been a hobby of mine since I've been 8 years old. I have been collecting coins for about 18 years on and off, and the reason why I say on and off, because the price of silver at the time for me is the basic judge of whether I'm buying silver or not. I do have some time into it. I just thought I'd post this video to help you, if you're a beginner coin collector, give you a few hints and tricks to find the best coin for your money, and also hopefully make the best investment for your money or get the best turnaround for your investment when you decide to sell, or if you don't decide to sell, that's your choice too. The first thing, if you're thinking about getting into collecting silver, you got to decide what is your reason why you want to collect silver. Do you think the dollar is going to crash and the economy is going to be very weak? Are you trying to beat inflation? Do you think everything's going to be outrageously priced in the future? Or are you just interested in collecting silver coins? My opinions are, if you think silver is going to skyrocket, I would buy bullion or junk silver. And what junk silver is they are 90% silver that is heavily worn, and you could generally get this at any coin show. My best advice for if you're collecting junk silver is always buy it by weight, the actual weight of the coins. Alright, you have 10 coins there, and they're so worn that you only really have 9 coins worth of silver, so it is always best to buy them by the actual weight of the coin. And then if you have a calculator, you hit times 0.9, and then that actually gives you the silver weight, and then that should be, you want to pay as close to that price as possible. You don't want to, you want to keep your finances in check when you're buying these. You don't want to overpay for it. If you're looking for investment piece, like you think a certain coin is going to rise in value, or if you're looking for a rare coin, I think it is the best to buy a silver coin from the country that you live in. I live in the US, so I collect US coins. But yes, like if you live in Australia, it is going to be a lot easier for you to sell an Australian silver coin in Australia than to sell it in America. And that's just my opinion. I do have some foreign silver, and I think there is a lot of cool stuff out there. Alright, here's some of my tips and tricks. Alright, first off, always get the best coin for your money. Alright, a very nice condition, common date, that's a nice coin. And I much rather have that than this one, which is a little bit lower of a mintage but is in horrible condition. I would consider this junk silver condition. So I always try to get the nicest coin for my money. If you can't afford the rare coins, start, or if you're trying to collect a set, start with your more common dates, but get the nicest coins you can. You don't want to buy in super big bulks. If you're actually gonna try to build a set, you want to build the best set as possible, so you want to get the best coins. This 1958 quarter is I bought it for $3.50. The condition on that it's just amazing. I probably bought this 10 years ago, quarter like that, for $3.50. I thought that was a very good buy. This one also, this is the first year of the Washington quarter, 1932 Washington quarter. This is in very, very good condition. I'm sorry if my camera's getting a little bit fuzzy, but I paid $20 for it. And also, if you notice, if you go to a coin shop or even to a coin show, you'll see these letters on the very back side, and that usually indicates the prices that that dealer paid for it. So as you can see, this says BO. I paid $20 for this, and this is a very, very good buy for 1932, the first year. I mean, look at how good that shines. All right, my next tip for silver is don't buy it if you're planning on selling it right away. If you're gonna need cash right away, don't buy it, because you will generally take a loss on it. It's more of a mid to long-term investment. You don't just buy it today and you don't sell it next Tuesday. I mean, if you're a coin dealer, that's what you do, but you're buying it also at a very, very good price. Price shop from dealer to dealer. If you're at a coin show, that's the best piece of advice ever, and you should take it. Sometimes you see one coin for $10 at one table, and you go to the next table and there's one that's twice as nice for half the price, and sometimes that's the way it goes. Sometimes you do find really, really good deals, and sometimes people have theirs marked up 2 to 3 times the value, so you also have to be aware of what you're buying, what the value is. Get a price guide. There's a Whitman, I think it's a red book. You want to get the red price guide. That's the best one to have. Silver, you get the standard catalog of world coins. They make a new one every year. It's about 600 pages, so I mean, there's a lot to lug around, but if you like foreign coins, that's the best book to get. Costs about $60. I do have one of those. My next piece of advice is be friendly with the dealers. Alright, if you're generally really nice to them and you strike up a conversation, they will generally be more apt to give you a better deal. If you're rude to them, they're generally not going to give you any cut on the price. Alright, rare coins are usually worth more than their intrinsic value. And what a rare coin is, it generally changes from coin to coin, but it just means that that certain date they made a lot less than other dates. If you're buying a rare coin, make sure it's graded by a reputable grading company. There are a lot of counterfeits out there, and you don't want to get hosed, especially if you're paying big money for a coin. You want to make sure that you have a rare coin and not a chunk of 10-cent Chinese tin. You got to learn what the silver content of each coin is. So a good resource for that is coinflation.com. They take the price that silver closes at each day, and I think they update 15 minutes during the day. But anyways, they generally calculate exactly how much silver is in each US coin, and they're also starting to do all the foreign coins, which is cool too. If you ever go to sell your silver or gold, don't act anxious. Don't state that you need money. If you appear anxious, the seller will probably give you a lower price. And I've seen it before. I've seen a guy run in there with, a pillowcase of silver, and he run up to the first table, and then the guy offered him a real lowball price. So he took the price. I don't know what he needed the money for, but he ran out of there and ran to his car and took off. But I bet you if he would have shopped around to the other 35 dealers, he probably would have got a lot more money for it. So it is best to talk to each dealer before you just tell them, hey, I'm just shopping around the prices, and then I'm going to decide who I'm going to sell it to. And that generally works really, really well. Also, if you're selling your coins, keep your best coins for last. Alright? It's hard to sell bundles of junky or silver coins, or lots of, not so nice silver, it's always easiest to sell the nice coins. All right, the rubbish coins are hard to sell. So just that's a good piece of advice too. In my personal opinion, for me, I think that 90% US silver coins are the best investment. That's because I live in the United States. And also, I think coins in general are a better investment than bullion. And what bullion is bullion is like these. They're 1 ounce silver rounds, and you know, you could find those at any coin show. The reason why I think that coins are better to have is because if you have to sell them, you could sell these. A bullion guy will buy all of these, and he'll give you a good price for them. And also a coin dealer will buy these. All right. There are some people that just deal in bullion, and there are some that just deal in, just coins. So, if you have really nice coins, you're looking at 2 venues to sell those to instead of just a bullion person or just a coin person. Another good piece of advice is learn how to grade your coins, or learn how to spot coins that have been cleaned. And at the beginning, it's not that easy to spot a coin that's been cleaned, but at the end, it becomes very, very obvious what coins have been cleaned and which ones haven't. All right, you see here where it's the dark spots around her head are. You will usually see white instead of black, or if a coin is super, super shiny, but it doesn't have very nice details in it. That's also a good sign that it's been cleaned. Alright, if you're building sets or trying to get the rare coins, always try to get the best condition possible. Condition is everything. 1 grade up can mean double or triple the price. So that is a very, very big deal. Someone that's seeking to pay, $500-$600 minimum for a coin, they don't want a junky looking crummy coin. Alright, when buying bullion, that's this stuff, like this raw 1 ounce silver coins. When you're buying that, always buy it as close to the spot price as possible. If you pay like $4 over spot for an ounce of silver, your investment may not pay out as well as it would otherwise. Your chances of losing money is greater. I believe if you're gonna buy bullion, I think that American Eagles are the best bullion coins to buy right now. And the reason is the first issues of them are going for pretty big money, and I see a lot of people looking at them and buying them. If silver spikes up overnight, don't panic buy. Silver can fluctuate big time in one day, so it might go up $2 in a day, and the next day it might go down $3. So you never know. Just don't panic buy. If the prices go up, don't get buy happy. You want to get the best deal for your money. This is probably one of the cardinal rules, is don't tell family and friends about your silver. Don't tell them where you keep your silver and lock up your silver. Or if you don't have a safe, save up and get a safe. That's very important. But for the meantime, hide it in the most inconspicuous, hidden place possible. People talk to other people, and you never know who might overhear that you have silver. Collecting coins can be very fun. Just keep your wits and always make sure you get the best deal possible. And right now I'm going to just overview some of the US coins that are very common, that you run across very often at coin shows. I don't have any silver dollars here, and the reason why is because this is a beginner's video, and I believe that most beginners, want to start out small and work their way up, and that's the way I started collecting, so that's the way I'm gonna make this video. First off, here we have a Barber dime. This one's in very good condition. I really like the design of the Barber dime. They also have the Barber quarters, Barber halves, and Barber dollars. It was named after George Barber, who was the engraver that designed this coin. Alright, the next is the Mercury dime. These are my favorite coin. They just strike me as very odd, and that's what I most collect, you know, what I like to look for the most. This one I paid $1.20 for, and yeah, that's almost uncirculated condition, so that was a spectacular investment. That's probably worth at least 3 times the value right now. Also, the Roosevelt dimes were silver. 64 was the last year they minted them out of silver, and this one I paid $2.54. Alright, here's a silver wartime nickel. During World War II, they minted some nickels out of silver to save nickel and other elements for the war efforts. The way you can judge if a nickel is silver is if it has a mint mark above the Monticello building. So that's just I have another video on that. You can check that out as well. Well, anyways, here's a Barber quarter. It's the same as the Barber dime, same as the Barber half. You know, it's got the eagle on the back. It's pretty cool. I like that design a lot. Here's the Washington quarter. Everyone knows this quarter. These were minted in silver until 1964. It was the last year they did that. And 1932 was the first year they did that. They also make proof sets that you can buy nowadays with current silver coins. This is a cameo proof, which means that the picture and words are all frosted looking, and the rest of the coin is shiny. This is a Yellowstone quarter, like the National Parks edition, and this is a coin that I greatly overpaid for. I paid $9 for it. I paid this when silver was really high. Probably shouldn't have bought it. Alright, here's one of the statehood quarters that everyone knows, everyone sees. This one is made out of 90% silver as well. This is a silver proof. I paid $6 for it. That's a lot more than what the silver's worth right now, so you know, don't overpay for your silver. It's a really cool coin, and this is also cameo proof. Here for the half dollars, I have a few commemoratives that I'd like to show you. So commemorative halves were issued by the United States for different different celebrations. This is 1893. This is a Columbus Exposition. It's a half dollar. It's actual legal tender currency. It was actually minted in 1893, which is very cool. Another commemorative right here is a 1951 Booker T. Washington. That is also one that you see quite often. Is very, very unique. I paid $10 for it. I think that's a very good piece, and a lot of people do like commemoratives. I do like them because sometimes you collect coins, and if you're collecting or building a set, sometimes it gets old, you know, because they're all pretty close to the same. So commemoratives are pretty cool since they spice stuff up quite a bit. This is George Washington 250th anniversary of birth. It's pretty cool. From 1982. This is a proof. Has Mount Vernon on the back. It's another neat piece. Alright, on to the actual circulation stuff. Barber half. You know, same as all the other Barber, or they're also called Liberty heads. You have the Ben Franklin half. These are becoming very popular with collectors right now for some reason. I really do like the Ben Franklin. It's a neat design, and I think he's a great American. He designed a lot of the stuff that people use every single day and don't even think about it. Alright, John F. Kennedy $50. On these, the 1964 is 90% silver. And then the 1965 to the 1970 are all 40% silver, so they're, you know, worth about half of what the other ones are worth. So just keep that in mind. 65 to 70, you know, they're not quite as valuable, but they still have silver. And the JFK, you know, they're also pretty cool to have. They still make them sometimes the silver proofs. This is a 2007 cameo proof. Well, anyways, that's the stuff that I think that you would most see common at coin shows. And if you want to collect, you know, just be smart with your money, and you know, don't buy a coin that you're the only one that likes it. You might say, well, I'm not gonna ever sell my coins, but you might have to someday, and that's the reality. I believe that no matter what kind of silver you are buying, you should have 10% of your savings in silver, just in case of a dollar collapse. It's happened before in history, and it could happen again, and that's the actual truth, you know. Don't rely on the banks. You know, you could have $100,000 in paper money. Well, what if the paper money isn't worth nothing? You know, you're gonna start a fire with that $100,000. It's happened in a few different countries around the world, and it's happened in the U.S. So it's always best to have some physical assets. And some people think, you know, if you invest the money in the stock market, that's a good investment too. Well, yes, it can be. If you invest in a mining company, that can be a very lucrative investment. But you also got to think about, you know, all the stuff that could happen. What if the dollar collapsed and, you know, they couldn't bring enough, say gasoline was $10 a gallon. Well, they couldn't even function, so I mean, you got to be really wary about investments. I believe it's best to have physical, something you can hold in your hand. But anyways, that's my opinions on coin collecting. I hope I didn't bore you. If you got to this point, thanks for watching.